Hello everyone and welcome to Golden Sun Dark Dawn. It's been a while since we played a game in this series, and this is the final one in the series. And I think, at least I hopefully, have dealt with all the technical issues. So, we're finally doing this. So, this game is not going to be starring our former protagonists, but it is going to be starring Isaac's son here, Matthew. I'm not going to go too into everything about the game yet, just simply because we're starting off. And there's a lot of things that just kind of get expositioned as well, so why say all that here? But I am going to say I am excited. I am super excited to finally start this. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. Well, if I actually hit the right button, that would be fantastic. All right, we're getting started. Long ago, the ancients of Weyard discovered the secrets of alchemy. They found that all life in Weyard was based on the four elements: earth, wind, fire, and water. They used their knowledge of alchemy to forge a dazzling civilization from the elements, and against the ancients made their wildest dreams come true. And then began the nightmare of alchemy. Abuses of alchemy threatened to tear apart their civilization. So the ancients did the unthinkable. They sealed away the power of alchemy so no one could use it. Civilization was saved, but the physical world itself began to die a slow death. For the ancients did not realize that alchemy is what held Weyard together. Without the force of alchemy, the lands went barren, seas went dry, the planet began to crumble, and civilization itself fell into the darkest of ages that came before its final, fatal extinction. The ancients had sealed away alchemy to save civilization, but they had doomed Weyard. But while the oceans churned and life on the continent slid slowly to oblivion over the aeons, a legend was kept alive that held to the key of Weyard's survival. If the four elemental lighthouses could be ignited, their energy would trigger the Golden Sun event over Weyard. The Golden Sun would unleash the force of alchemy, saving the world 30 years ago. A group of heroes did save the world with the Golden Sun, but now a shadowy threat is spreading. That was basically a recap of, well, that was some exposition of things we didn't know, on top of just somewhat highlighting what happened in the first two games. All right. It has been 30 years since the Golden Sun event over Weyard. The world itself was saved and changed. 8 heroes took part in the quest to light the elemental lighthouses. 4 of these brave warriors were from the town of Vale. The warriors of Vale, as they are now known throughout Weyard, are praised and blamed for their efforts. They had long lived at the foot of Mount Alf, home to a people charged with the sacred duty from the ancients that was to protect the Soul Sanctum, where the forbidden keys to the elemental lighthouses were hidden. It was also home to the godlike wise one who protected Wayard. Vale kept the sanctum's secrets for generations, ever vigilant against the return of alchemy, but the warriors of Vale were among those who pursued the forbidden return of its power. Because of their courage, the world of Wayard was saved 30 years ago. But while Wayard was saved, a new dawn of alchemy has been anything but bright. For while alchemy brings life, it also unleashes chaos. When the Golden Sun event happened, raw power exploded from the sky above Mount Alf. Mount Alf was largely destroyed by the explosion, and not a trace remains of the peaceful village of Vale. And we saw that at the end of the second game. The planet itself is still caught in the violent throes of rebirth. Natural disasters continue to torment the people of Wayne. But the survivors live on, driven to new desperation, and the good people of Vale, though forced to resettle, continue their sacred vigil. They persist in their duty to the Soul Sanctum at Mount Alf, or at least what remains of it. 2 survivors live near the crater where Vale once was. The area rocks with eruptions, but they still watch Mount Alf, the newly upheaved Goma Plateau. They are Isaac and Garrett, 2 of the warriors of Vale. These men praised and blamed for the dawn of this new day. Study the after effects of the Golden Sun carefully. And from their lookout cabin, Isaac and Garrett also train their children to be powerful warriors. For this world will soon need a new generation to face the darkness of this new dawn. Hopefully the frames won't be that bad throughout the entire game. I noticed that they were kind of bad through that. Hopefully that's not going to be a telling of what's going to end up happening. But, yes. That is the story in between Lost Age and this one. Let's get started. Truly. What a relief for us to have that journey behind us. Let's drop our packs here, son. You're getting stronger, Matthew. It will serve you well since life here at our cabin isn't easy. Now, you can either tap the thing, or you can press L and R. I'm going to be pressing L and R, so I don't have to worry about it. So, this is a new little thing that kind of gives you a little blip about what the specific underlying thing is. Usually this is for key people, with us being one of them, and some lore about the world. We'll go through them as we see them. Matthew, this young man is a promising Earth adept, just like his father when he started his adventure 30 years ago. And just like Isaac, who led the famous warriors of Vale, Matthew is a person of few words but strong convictions. There you go. As you explore, you'll discover many new people and places. Check the names for more details. You can also use L and R to view these special insights. I just said that. Every new term will be added to your personal encyclopedia. So if we do miss one, we can actually go back and look at it. So there you go. But yeah, we don't say anything in this game, but we convey what we want to say by whatever face that we'll show. And I'll get into that when we get to our first time of actually showing it. It's actually, you can have some funny moments with it. But that's enough work for now. Let's call it a day. Yes. The view of Mount Elf today is spectacular. What a shame things can't always stay like this. Alright, well, Mount Elf. This is a sacred mountain that was partially destroyed shortly before the Golden Sun event. The mountain once stood over the town of Vale, now also destroyed, and the Soul Sanctum is located at its core. The explosive Golden Sun event all those years ago. The life-giving power of alchemy is back to the world. Well, oh, I meant to do Golden Sun first, but alright. Alchemy, the force of the four elemental powers and the study of how they combine to create reality known as alchemy. The ancients sealed away the force of alchemy, and the warriors of Vale went on their Golden Sun quest to restore alchemy. Golden Sun, this powerful explosion happened above Mount Alf 30 years ago, releasing elemental energy throughout Wayard. Though the Golden Sun event brought the dying world back to life, the magnitude the power released has caused disasters. Alright. I will say this, at the very beginning of the game, you're going to run into a lot of these exposition things, but as the game progresses, it's not going to be nearly as much. We were the ones who saved our world from destruction by doing so, but the Golden Sun also brought chaos. Our world has been reborn. People are desperate, and they're driven to fight like animals. And while civilization is ruled by chaos, the land is rocked by eruptions that exploded outward from Mount Elf. Our continent of Angara, even all of Wayard itself, has changed so violently. I fear I know why. Alright, Angara. This continent is the upper continent of Wayard. It is divided by long mountain ranges that make travel between its regions difficult. The northern side of Angara is cold, while the southern part is very dry. Mount Alf and Goma Plateau are in the west. Wayard. The world of Wayard is a flat, disc-like planet composed of the base elements, earth, wind, fire, and water. The elemental forces of alchemy, once sealed away, have returned to Wayard, bringing life, but also destruction. All this chaos comes from the reemergence of alchemy. The key to understanding alchemy is at Mount Alf, within that place where it all began, the Soul Sanctum. Soul Sanctum. This ancient temple is hidden in Mount Elf, was said to be the birthplace of alchemy, and the repository for the elemental stars. After the stars were used to restart the lighthouses, creating the Golden Sun, the resulting havoc devastated the sanctum. Wise One, I know you're watching us. Why won't you guide us? Tell us how to save Wayard. Oh, well. The Wise One. This absolute being looks like a floating boulder with one central eye. It watches over Wayard and holds unimaginable power. The Wise One is now known to be what the ancients called a philosopher's stone, a creature that they forged through alchemy. So it is kind of weird. The creature, the ancient, was created by alchemy. And I guess it makes sense that he knows, hey, the alchemy is bad, or things can be bad used through alchemy. So he wanted to seal it, but it's kind of weird. Oh, there you go again, Isaac. Wise one this, wise one that. Oh, wait a minute. Isaac, the Earth Adept who left his hometown. I don't know why it's telling us this, but alright. 30 years ago and returned to find it destroyed by the Golden Sun. He lives in a cabin that looks upon a distant Mount Alf, where he trains his son Matthew to use synergy. Look, wringing your hands and invoking the name of that godlike hunk of rock isn't going to help matters any. We did what we had to save Weyand. We released alchemy. Now it's sheer force out of control. I know, Garrett. That's why we must learn more about the synergy vortexes. Garrett, the old friend of Isaac, fought alongside him as a warrior veil leading to the Golden Sun phenomenon. He is Tyrell's father and a fire adept just like his son. He lives near Mount Alf, helping Isaac monitor the area. These distortions in space suck the elemental energy out of the world and from adepts. They thought to be an after effect caused by the Golden Sun. These vortexes have come in the wake of the Golden Sun, and they are tied to that deadly morning moon. This immense synergy vortex once caused unimaginable destruction at the center of the Angara continent. The misery it caused was so widespread, it became known as the Morning Moon. Fortunately, our old friend Ivan has made that a whole lot easier by building us the Sword Wing. Ivan, the warrior of Vale, I mean, technically, but he's not from Vale. Oh, this warrior of Vale tribe, whatever. He now lives in a nearby land of Calais. He and his daughter Karis are wind adepts, descendants of Animos, an old civilization thought long gone. Alright, Soar Wings. This remarkable invention allows the wearer to glide upon the winds. Soar Wings are hard to make and are quite rare. And sometimes they'll actually put a little illustration to the side as well. So. Kind of cool. Now we can quickly fly in search of synergy vortexes as they pop up around the Vale area. Again, sorry, this the first few episodes is going to be a lot like this. Just hang in there. This village lay in front of the foot of Mount Alf until the Golden Sun event when Alf exploded, devastating the area. The people of Vale have settled elsewhere, but most have made their home in the new Goma Plateau and Goma Mountains. Most importantly, we could fly over the impassable terrain around Mount Alf and reach the Soul Sanctum. I will say this though, I'm saying this only because I wish it would have happened, but you can't actually go there. I wish you could. That looks like a really cool looking area. That would have been an amazing final boss area kind of a thing. No, we don't ever go there. I wonder if the Wise One is even in the Soul Sanctum anymore, given all the eruptions nearby. Then again, he's not made of flesh and blood like us, so maybe all this doesn't bother him. That's all the more reason we should take Soar Wing lessons from Karis. This young wind adept has known Matthew and Tyrell. It has long known Matthew and Tyrell, often visiting them from the Goma Plateau cabin. Her father, Ivan, was a warrior of Vale. She has inherited her father's indomitable spirit and powers of observation. She's every bit as disciplined as her father, so we couldn't be in better hands. Get off the roof, Tyrell! Oh no. This young man is a fire adept, following the footsteps of his father, Garrett. He has a reputation, not a redemption, a reputation for being a troublemaker. But Matthew is still proud to call him his best friend. I'll be down before anyone knows it, Karis. Don't be so stupid, Tyrell. It's slippery up here after last night's storm. Oh, you can fall for all I care, but don't break the Soar Wing. Don't be uptight, Karis. I've got it under control. Oh, that oh, every now and then you can use the emotion menu. I would just say the emoticon menu, but to communicate what you think. Choose the smiling face on the left to respond in a glad, easygoing way. Select the gleeful face to show that you're feeling very positive, even gutsy. Select the sad face to show that you're feeling glum or troubled. Choose the angry face when you to respond with irritation. Now, choose the face that you feel to show how you feel about what was just said. That fool son of mine has taken out Ivan's Soar Wing. Uh-oh. It breaks my heart, too. He's 16, but Tyrell still acts like a brat. We've got to get that Soar Wing from Tyrell before he breaks it. Uh-oh. Alright, we finally have control. Yay. Yay, we can finally run around. Alright. So, first thing I'm going to do, change it to fast. I'm going to keep that. Quick select. I'll keep it off. Now, I'm not going to go into Synergy yet because I want to have our base party before we actually start doing that. And honestly, we're going to get into that at some point later anyway. We have our items, and they do actually have a little bit better of an inventory space in this game. You can have a ton of stuff on your characters. Normally, you have your normal stats, and you can view the details of it here. Of course, it just kind of shows what the power, resist, and all that stuff is for our characters for certain elements. And it shows their synergy and all that. And as they were talking about earlier, the encyclopedia, if you ever believe you missed something, you can just go through here. But also, it'll have little blips about the synergy itself. So, like with this, it'll talk about the synergy, the idea of it, and try to give you hints on overworld use. So, it's always a good idea. Oh, well, there you go. I don't know why it suddenly just went dark and started doing that, but I don't know. Okay, sorry. I'm still trying to get over being sick, so it's... I don't know. Hopefully I won't need to do it too often. We had growth over there, we have move here. Okay, so that was all of them that we didn't previously see. But yeah, if there's ever a point where I forget to do the encyclopedia thing, I'm going to check at the end. Well, I'll probably check like in between episodes, and at the end of the following one, I'll just go through all the encyclopedia stuff. This is the atlas, so just kind of giving you an idea of where we are in the world. A little bit interesting. You get a top-down view of everything. But that's it for now. Now you can just, and this is, you can switch from map view and then just having the status of all your people there. But anyway, if you wait long enough, Garrett will start yelling. So let's get moving. Oh, what game? Can I? There we go. Just in time, Matthew. I was actually taking quite a bit of time. You're a sensible kid. See if you could stop that blockhead. Uh-oh. And of course, Karis pushes us. Get over there, Matthew. Talk Tyrell down. Okay. You can't be happy-go-lucky at a time like this. Go get him down, Matthew. I was trying to be positive. Fine. Don't come any closer, Matthew. I told Karis I only wanted to take the Sorrowing out for a quick spin, but she wouldn't let me. She was concerned for your safety, Tyrell. Flying it without proper instructions far too dangerous. Even a Wind Adept needs special training to fly a Sorrowing. You can't possibly pilot it yet. Come on, how hard can it be? I mean, you just jump into the wind and act like a bird. What? That's bird brain, son. Oh, I see what you did there. You're gonna drop like a rock and fall to the valley below. You're wrong. You just don't have any faith in me, Dad. And I'm fed up with people not taking me seriously. He's gonna do it. There must be something we can do to stop it. He's beyond reason. Our only chance is to render Sorrowing useless before he takes off. I'm not scared. Not scared at all. If you take off, you won't be able to return to the plateau. You'll drop to the forest below. This is great, but wait. I'm really dropping lower. Oh, now he gets it. You don't have the synergy to maintain altitude, Tyrell. Hold on. Great way to have a first episode. Not being able to really do anything because you're still sick. Jeez. Maybe I should have put it off longer. I don't know. Sorry about that. Synergy. Controlling the elements with your mind is known as synergy. Those who use synergy are called adepts, masters over earth, wind, fire, and water. Many effects are possible through the use of synergy. But Dad and Isaac have the power to fly it. They're extremely skilled adepts, that's why. Those who can use synergy are known as adepts. Adepts are rare descendants of ancient culture that has long since passed. Wind adepts are especially rare. But you're not, Karis. You're an apprentice adept just like me. But I'm a wind adept, and I'm already used to controlling the wind. It's true. I'm dropping lower, spiraling faster. Help! What is disaster, Tyrell? Won't last long in the forest. It's too dangerous. That isn't helping, son. Don't give up. We'll save it. I've got it. He can fly over to the forest valley, then land at the cave. That's his only shot at surviving. I better tell him. Quickly. Listen, Tyrell. Help me! You're already too low to make it back here. You're right. What can I do? Fly to the far side of the forest. There's a small peak with a cave there. I'm falling too fast. I can't get there, Isaac. I hope you're right about this, Isaac. There's no time to doubt yourself. You said you could fly, so fly. Fly to the cave, then take cover. We'll get to you as soon as we can. You think I can do it, Matthew? Then I'll give it my best shot. Just go already. Don't waste another second, Tyrell. You'll come find me, promise? You're my son. I won't leave you to the wolves. Now get going. Fine, I'll head out, but you better come and get me, or else. He's doing it. He's gone. I hope Tyrell can really make it to the other side of the forest. I think he can. You hear that, Garrett? Matthew believes in him. You should too. You have to let me and Matthew go with you. I'm worried about my father's sword wing. It's so incredibly difficult to make them. We know how valuable the sword wing is, but... And I feel responsible for Tyrell too. Hold on. I think I'm gonna have to cut all those out. I'm sorry, guys. And I feel so responsible for Tyrell too. If I only kept a better watch over the swordway. I think I'm just gonna use my normal voice because I've noticed if I'm trying to do the voiceover, oh, that's what's really killing my throat. So we'll just do normal voice for now. Nonsense. My son is always acting like a fool. You're not to blame. Garrett, we should take them along. You can't be serious. They're just kids. I'm dead serious. They're willing to brave the forest below to help Tyrell. They have every reason to just let us take care of this, but they want to help. This is what we've been training our children for, assuming their duty to look after the world. Well, no offense to the kids, but they're gonna slow us down. Tyrell is all alone down there. Tyrell is more resourceful than you give him credit for. He can fend for himself until we reach him. If you say so, Isaac. I'm gonna give Tyrell such an earful for taking the Sorway. My, what fire you have in the... What fire you've got for a wind adept, Karis. Good, you'll need it out there. Now, we all need to get a move on. Tyrell will be waiting on us. Head inside the cabin, gear up, and then meet us at the bridge to the east. Gear up quickly. We need to be on our way. Oh my. And then it goes back to peaceful music. Are you ready yet, Matthew? Isaac asked me to give you something. Give something to you. We got a leather cap. Let me help you put that on. Watch how I look at your items and then how I equip one. Alright, this is a tutorial of doing all of the equipment stuff, so. There's no way of skipping the tutorials in this game, so I'm just going to let it show that. Now, find the rest of your gear, then equip your weapon and armor. Hurry, we need to rescue Tyrell. Well, I know that. One more thing. Make sure you record your progress in the travelogue now and then. Watch how I do it. And then the travelogue, which is right there. And we're going to save. And it has a little blip. Well, it went away. Isaac says it's important to keep track of your adventures, so it's best that you get in the habit. But as you saw, it has a little blip in the travelogue of what we're doing, of what our current objective is. And right now it's to find Tyrell at the crash site, so we'll do that. But we got this little chest here that has our weapon, the short sword. Now, weapons in this game are different than they were in the previous two games. So, this game, they have things called weapon skills. this one specifically is critical strike, so they can actually do critical attacks, but the only way you can actually get the skill is by using the weapon enough. So you actually have to choose the attack option when you go to attack in combat. Golly, my brain just was not there. Sorry. If you just use the attack with your weapon option, it'll level up the weapon skill. Oh my goodness. I forgot. If you just wait a little bit, the thing goes up. I do have some problems with the way this game does stuff, but overall, I do really like this game. But, that is that right there. Okay, we're good. Nothing crazy. But, we do have places to be. So, I don't recall if there's a well-built wooden box. It's a barrel. I don't think there's really too many times you can actually look in a pot or whatever. So I didn't read that, but there's also times where you can go through a bookcase, and well, there's that. You can find stuff, but you can also have those little points where you can go, hey, what does this mean? So, encyclopedia stuff, so. Specifically for the Sun Saga, it actually tells, it says, first part of the Warrior Veil story, and it'll do this. So, if you want exposition, the saga of the Golden Sun begins long ago. Oh, well, hold on. But it does that. I'll probably do that at the end of the episode. We still got quite a bit to go, so. You're not ready yet? Your weapon and other armor pieces are in there here somewhere. Find them, make sure they're equipped. Oh, okay. I got my weapon. Oh, we got the mitts! They look like oven mitts. That's why I'm calling them mitt. Would you like to look through the telescope? Sure, why not? Mount Alph, site of the Soul Sanctum, grows and glows intensely, as it has for many years. Alright, well, let's go. Great, you're ready! Let's meet up with Garrett and your father. You remember where to meet them? Yep. Okay, then lead the way. Head east from the cabin, then keep going to the cliffs. Alright, Karis has joined the party. And like it said, Karis is a wind adept, so she's got her abilities there. I am going to set move to L, because honestly, you're going to be using that a lot. And we'll put Whirlwind on R for the moment. Move is one of the most used synergies out in the world. Alright, we got a herb in this one. That's just an empty pot. We're good. Oh, well. No. Okay. Let us go! Alright. Now, those two should have no problem making their own way down from the plateau by themselves. Yeah, and we'll follow them at a distance. Yes, I get your plan, Isaac, but this has got me worried. Don't be. It's a great chance to see them in action, as long as they don't get in over their heads. No way! Too dangerous. This is a bad plan. They have to learn how to handle themselves. This isn't some practice session. My son's in danger. We have to reach him as fast as possible. Remember, being an Earth Adept allows me to feel what's happening in the forest. Tyrell made it to the far side of the woods. He's taking shelter. Fine, fine, you win. So, do I have your word that we'll be able to let them handle their own battles? Hmm? Well, Garrett, I want an answer. Yes, we're eavesdropping. Don't look so shocked. That's the only way to find out anything around here. Right, Matthew? We heard everything. They're planning something for us, right? Yeah. What a vote of confidence. You don't mind to see them scheming behind our backs at all. But we're just strategizing, that's all. We've decided to let you fight your own battles as we descend from the plateau. I suppose you want an explanation? Yes, please. All right, then. I believe this is a great opportunity for you two to grow a little. Now that you know our big secret, how about you head down into the valley? All right, well, sure. All right, let's get going then. I guess we could try talking. There's no time to waste. There's Tyrell's waiting. All right, fine. Head for the far path. That one takes us towards Tyrell. Okay, well, we'll do that. And we gotta head inside. All right, we are in the Goma Plateau. Hold on, Matthew. Monsters are nearby. I can feel it in my bones. Stay on your guard. You're on your own against the critters in the Goma Plateau. Are you ready for this? Yep. Don't be too eager for a fight. Remember why you're here. Well, saying that, we have our first enemies. Slimes. These guys are really nothing, honestly. And there you go. That's essentially what it is you get the critical strike stuff, and randomly it has a chance to unlock, well, are you serious? Jeez. How'd you like your first battle, Matthew? Now don't forget to exploit your Synergy fully during battles, but also know that you can use it while exploring too. Synergy can help you get past obstacles. For instance, you can use Synergy to move objects that bar your path. Okay, let's press onward, Matthew. There's no going back now. Alright. Alright, we got some flutter seeds. Okay. Oh. Yeah, we'll use Cure because she got hurt a little bit in the last one. And her ability allows her to hit multiple enemies, which is real nice. Just immediately kill both of them. You don't ever have to fear, for those who are new to this series, I don't know why you'd be picking the final game to be joining, but there you go. But if you're using Synergy, don't be afraid to use it. You gain more Synergy as you walk around. It's a natural regeneration of your power points, I guess. Hold on. Good thinking, Matthew. You're surprised, Garrett. He didn't think you surprised Garrett. He didn't think you figured out so easily. Oh, no confidence. I know, Matthew. It's like you've known how to do this for years. Still, I bet Garrett wants to have the last word. You bet I do. Okay, when moving a rock like this, be sure to shove it all the way over the edge. Isaac, we may made this test way too easy for them. Maybe, but it's just a first step. Bah, it's too simple. Anyone could pass that test. What's all this about a test? Can you believe this, Matthew? They're both terrible, putting that in our way on purpose. Right, Matthew? Be happy. We would have given you a hard time if you hadn't figured it out. Okay, shove that rock out of the way just in case. Take a quick look of how to activate synergy. Oh my goodness. Yeah, like I said, they really baby you with the tutorial in this game. I will say that's one of the things I don't like about this game, because it does tutorial you for quite a bit. Oh my goodness, I understand this game. Oh my goodness. There you go. The synergy you currently wield should cover your needs on this mission. Keep pushing ahead. You can use synergy you can use in a variety of ways. Just keep your eyes open for opportunities to use it. Now you may be worried that you'll run out of synergy points if you if you use it while traveling, but your PP will replenish naturally while walking, slowly but surely. So use it whenever you need to. Besides, look over there. Around the area, Alf brims with elemental power, which crystallizes and forms a synergy stone. This is a synergy-rich mineral that forms over the many years of elemental power slowly crystallizes. Adepts can regain synergy points by touching the stone, which then shatters. Just one touch to restore all your synergy points. Let's keep pushing ahead. Use the synergy to get past the obstacles that stand between us and Tyrell. Alright. Both of you are just awful. You know what? I'm just gonna go this way. Alright, we got flutter seeds and a slime, and I forgot to heal you. I am so sorry. We're gonna do that, and we're also gonna do whirlwind. But I think she's gonna kill all of them. Yep. Yeah, Karis is a bit overpowered at the beginning here. So what I'm actually gonna do here real quick is use Cure on her. That way I don't have to worry about her health being a little bit lower. Alright. Yeah, you need to actually use it. Alright. Now, it does really want you to use the stylus for this stuff. I don't know why. It's kind of annoying. You made it to the bottom of the Goma Plateau. Good work. But we haven't reached Tyrell yet. That cave that Tyrell flew to is still a hike away. I thought we would reach the cave before it got dark. Now we're in for trouble. I never intended on taking the kids into Tanglewood at night. Tanglewood, this is a forest said to transform at night, changing into woods that ensnares those brave enough or brave or foolish enough to enter it after dark. Well, we never been in the forest at night either, but now we have to find Tyrell, so let's press onward. Eventually, once we're out of tutorial land, it'll open up and it's not nearly as tutorial heavy and annoying. I'll be honest, it is annoying at the beginning. I don't like the looks of this. Yeah, nightfall. Not good. Nocturnal monsters will be on the prowl. This will make things much more difficult for us. Well, that's not good. Come on, we can't shrink away at a time like this. They better keep their distance. They wouldn't want to mess with me and you, Isaac. I'm not sure what to do about Matthew and Karis at this point. Well, we can't just leave them behind, Isaac. Of course not, but they can't go ahead of us either. Monsters will sense that they're easier prey. Easier prey? Oh no! Matthew, should we be worried? Nah, I think we're good. A little overconfident, aren't you? Oh my god. It's either you're too happy, too sad, or whatever. It's just like, oh my goodness. But I guess it doesn't hurt, since your dad and I are here. Well then, tough times call for tough measures. We'll lend you some Gen. Gen is a... or Jenny? I guess that's the plural of Gen. I don't know. Is a creature of pure elemental energy. Adepts use Gen to enhance their own powers and summon spirits. Gen fall into one of 4 element categories. Mars for fire, Mercury, water, Venus, earth, and Jupiter, wind. Only until we find Tyrell, however. We're very attached to our Gen, of course. You were planning this all along, weren't you? You're letting us borrow some Gen for a little while? Using Gen to battle will make us much more powerful. Do you remember how to use Gen? Yes. We're not going in that tutorial. Good, but we can never be too careful. Gen offer too many benefits to miss. Oh, please. Oh, they still do it. I thought I could skip this tutorial. Alright. I'll have Flint explain it to you, just as he did when we first met him at the start of our very first quest. Okay, Isaac, you want me to explain how Gen work? You got it. Hello, Matthew. Hello, Karis. I'm one of Isaac's Venus Gen. My name's Flint. I've known Isaac since the day he left his hometown, Vale. We don't have time reminiscing, Flint. Please, just a primer on Gen. Always in such a hurry. Okay then, short and sweet. And then you get this. We Gen are nature spirits. There are 4 types of us: Venus, Mercury, Mars, and Jupiter. We span the 4 elements. Venus Gen are from the earth, while Mercury come from the water. Mars are from fire, while Jupiter are based on wind. When you set Gen on someone, their class may change. An example, setting these 2 Gen will make Matthew a brute. And it shows, hey, you can gain synergy, but you'll lose some as well. Your class will determine what type of synergy you can use. And that Gen holder stats such as HP and PP may change as well. But changing class can give you new synergy while cutting other synergy. Experiment with classes to access new powers. Each Gen also has a unique power. Throw a Gen into battle and it'll help you fight. Now watch how to do this. And it throws you into a fight, immediately takes control of it, and says, you know what? You're gonna get tutorialed to death about this. Yeah, you can tell it's tutorial land, because guess what? It's gonna take forever. After a Gen fights, it goes into standby, and the class and synergies it helped grant are lost until it returns to the set status. Distribute your Jin around the party and experiment with various combinations to see how they benefit each warrior. You can't pile us all into one person. We like to be shared around the whole party so everyone benefits. You can't even do that to begin with, so I don't know why they make that comment, but whatever. As I said, Jin go into standby after battling, so you can assign this status to... You can also set this status on the Jin menu, so why is standby useful? Because standby Jin can summon powerful spirits into battle. Anyone in your party can draw upon the pool of Jin currently on standby. Now watch how to summon a spirit. I'm just gonna be honest, we're probably gonna have like another half of an episode of just tutorials because of how long this tutorial is. Not specifically the gens, but just the tutorials this game gives you. But also, this is the summons, which I actually do like how they upgraded the summons in this game. Just the design of them, it's just really cool. But I will say there's just some of the designs that I'm not a fan of in this version of the game that the original games did a lot better in. Jin rest after being used for a summon. When ready, they return to set status, restoring class and stat changes to the holders. Did you understand everything? Yes. That wraps it up then. Thanks for showing us how it's done. Good work, Flint. Alright, well, there we go. Okay, let's divvy up the Jin. Remember what Flint said about dividing them evenly? Yes. Sounds like you're ready to put on Flint's lesson into practice. Let's just hurry it up. Tyrell's waiting for us. Gather around. Ready, Matthew? Ready, Karis? That takes care of divvying up the Jin. Back when I started out, I only had one Jin. You think you two are ready to borrow 6? Yeah. I'm glad you're taking this seriously. Using Jin properly is important. Isaac, wait, this isn't the time... Isn't this the time we talked about who's leading this little expedition? I know you said Matthew should lead, but I'm having doubts. I don't think he's ready. There, I said it. So Matthew shouldn't be the leader then? Back in the old days, Isaac and Felix were our leaders. Felix was another one of Vale's Earth Adepts who led the second party that joined up with Isaac's group in the days before the Golden Sun. Felix's sister, Jenna, and the scholar Creighton were others from Vale and his party. He has left his homeland and has not been seen since. Your dad wasn't exactly the talkative type when he was younger. But we've always managed to set aside our differences. We're a great team. What's on your mind, Isaac? Looks like you have a brainwave. Isaac? I said, what's on your mind? I can usually read them like a book. Even if it's a thick book half the time. Oh, yes. Thick book. Funny. Now, if you're done talking, I had a thought. About the leader? Who's it going to be? Stop beating around the bush. Say it already. Matthew will be the leader, of course. Just brilliant. We're back where we started. You want Matthew to lead? Garrett, stop. My son isn't ready to order us around, veterans around like us. Are you, Matthew? I think I'm good. Why so chipper? He said you're not ready. Just listen. Garrett and I will join you in battle, but you, Matthew, will only guide Karis. You mean we'll be supporting Matthew and Karis, right? You and I will watch over them as they battle, yes. Should be easy enough for a veteran like you to handle. Okay, then you two will still be on your own, but we'll jump in to help if you need it. Exactly. Now let's get moving. You heard him, boss. Alright. Well, first of all. So I'm actually going to change it to where Matthew is back to being a knight. So she's going to be a wanderer. So she's going to have... Well, she'll still have Whirlwind. She'll have Slash. But I would much rather Matthew have his other abilities. Now, as you can see, some of this is not going to be pretty. We can't get to that yet. As you can see, there's a little bit of areas where can't quite go because, well, it's blocked off. Alright, we have a will-o-wisp. Karis, try using a Jin torch to roast your foe, no matter what his defense is. Okay, well, maybe we can try that, but honestly, I just, you know what, I can just do this. I'm not doing what you say. Seriously, look, I'm fine. We mastered the short sword, there we go. There we go. He's got Quake. We got our first level. There we go. We do want to hop to the left. Well, we got an herb. All right. I don't think... Yeah, I can't go that way. Yeah, I don't have... Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh. I am gonna have to do this. I forgot. Because guess what? I have to use Fireball. They actually don't tell you to do this till later, but... How'd you do that, Matthew? You just burned up most of those roots with only one Fireball. Alright, Fireball is a fire-based synergy that concentrates ambient heat energy into a ball of flame that the user can use to incinerate a target. I had a strange feeling ever since we entered this area. Well, something isn't right. There's no way Matthew could do so much damage with a fireball synergy. That's true. You're talented, but you shouldn't be able to do that much damage yet, Matthew. How did you think to use the fireball synergy on that big tree? I suppose you knew something would happen, but what? Very impressive, Matthew. Who cares how he knew to use synergy? I want to know why it worked so well. The sinister gases here, the lack of bright starlight, the Tanglewood is at its worst now. The evil influences are seeping into Tanglewood, transforming the forest into a place of corruption. Tanglewood earns its name from the evil energy that tangles up... Oh my goodness. Earns the name from the way evil energy tangles up reality with corruption. People say that those with pure hearts can see right through all this corruption. I think it's more likely pure fire easily burns the impure trees. Possibly. Then again. Another theory, Isaac? Maybe. Just maybe. Maybe. We need more than a maybe. Negative energy is drawn to dark places, Garrett. So the mysterious energy in this forest is drawn to the darkness and shies away from the light. Negative energy is drawn to the darkness, then it must have a weakness to light. But there's more. Negative energy draws the cold to it, a vile pairing that you should always keep in mind. So that means that monster lured here by the dark and cold are vulnerable to light and fire. Got that? Yep. Good, because you're never going to know when these sorts of insights will prove a matter of life and death. These deceptions are vulnerable to light and fire, or at least these weak spots are. You were right all along, so let's keep burning up these half-false trees. You'll need the fireball synergy, so make sure you always keep one margin set. Let's go. Yeah. I was wondering if they were going to say something about it before I had to do it, but no. Alright, so we got some bramble seeds. I do need to actually go back this way. Just... There's a critical strike, we're good. And a critical strike, we're good. Okay, see, we don't need to worry about it. And Kara's got a level up too, so we're both doubly good there. Alright. Now, we can do this. And we can now burn that. This essentially just makes it easier to get to and from. Not that that really matters all that much, but there you go. If you want to actually clear everything out. Oh, well, about that. Well, we got a wild wolf here. Well, not too bad. Only a couple of damage. Mystic Flame. And as you can tell, the Jin drastically increase the HP and PP of your characters, so you can use more spells and whatnot. So, something to definitely keep in mind. Things that you want to do. Alright, well, there's that. We need to get up there, but we don't have access to it. So we're gonna have to do a monumental roundabout way of running there, so... There we go. And we're gonna have to... Well, we're gonna get in a fight. Oh, well, it doesn't matter, dude. Growth. There we go. Yeah, Matthew, well, Isaac and Garrett aren't going to do anything unless you're in real bad shape. But until then, they're just going to be there. Alright, so... The way you want to do this is pretty simple, but possibly convoluted. And there we go. We got rid of that. Now we can actually leave. Takes a little bit, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, we're gonna head out this way. More flutter seeds. Jeez. Yeah, Fireball does a lot of damage to the wolves, but you do want to be careful. As you saw, it took a lot of power to do that. Alright, so you don't always have to use move or like Psynergy to do stuff like this. You can physically move it if you don't have enough PP, so there you go. That's possibly gonna just end horribly clipped, but you know, it'll be fine. Alright, we got an elixir. Now, you may think, oh my goodness, elixirs are amazing. Most games, yes. They're like the most powerful healing item you can get. Not in these games. So, the way, I was just trying to make sure I had enough. But, elixirs in these games don't work the way they normally would. They cure temporary status elements in this game. We're going to give that to Karis. And we'll also give her a bramble seed. But yeah, they're actually kind of crazy in that regard. They're not nearly as good as they are of like healing everything. Alright. So. At last, the cave. And there's the Soarwing. That's it, alright, so I'm betting Tyrell landed up there and then climbed inside. He crashed the Soarwing. It's broken. The wing. It's totally destroyed. It won't be flying anytime soon. What have you done, Tyrell? Could have been much worse, my friend. You think so? Absolutely. We still have our children alive as well. Alive and well. Tyrell is nearby, Garrett. I'm sure of it. Thank the fates. At least he made it. But we still need to find him quickly. Lead us into the cave, Matthew. Alright. Now we are in the abandoned mine. We will actually... Yeah, I don't know how much is being cut. There's been a couple times where I've had to pause it, or at least mute myself. You know what? I'll keep going until we rescue Tyrell. There we go. Now, as you can see, that didn't heal Karis. If you've played previous games, there is kind of somewhat of a broken way to do this. The kind of quote-unquote broken way of doing it is actually giving healing out to everyone using Psynergy, and then after all that is done, you use the Psy Crystal to regain all of your Psynergy back. Because that basically is a full free heal. Alright, there we go. Wow, Karis got the level 3. Well, Matthew did get the level 3 as well. Actually, since everything... just in case. I don't remember if we need to use it, but just in case, we do. As I say that, you know what? Just use growth. Nothing crazy there. Alright, we got some rat soldiers. Oh boy. Slash is a one-hit. If we had only one enemy, then maybe, but... Oh, now you attack. Jeez, Isaac. I mean, I guess that helps. Alright, just makes the battles go by faster, which is definitely nice. As you can tell, strangely, the Synergy Stone disappears without restoring your Synergy points. Kind of start to see something's up. And then we do Whirlwind. Use this Flash. Was that really necessary against these guys? Seriously. Jeez, already level 4. Gains Earthquake as well, so... Tyrell, can you hear me? Shout us if you can hear us, son. You said he wasn't in danger, are you sure? Don't panic, Garrett. I feel his life force. Tyrell is somewhere nearby. It's too dark. We can't see anything. Something's not quite right here. At one time, Synergy Stone... This was a Synergy Stone mine, yet we've seen so few crystals. Chalk it up yet to one more odd phenomenon we need to investigate. That is, if we ever find Tyrell. Throw a fireball or two out there, Garrett. Light up this place. Okay, easy enough. Well, there's Tyrell. Up there. A Synergy Vortex. Yeah, and it's about the biggest Synergy Vortex we've seen in a while. What's it doing here? I have no idea, but be careful. Few things are as dangerous to adepts as Synergy Vortexes. I've never seen one up close. The vortexes suck any synergy that comes within reach, right? Yes, let's hurry onward. We need to find Tyrell. Look, over there, it's Tyrell. Tyrell's passed out. He's lost consciousness because the vortex pulled the synergy out of him. The boy's fearless to a fault. What did he do, touch it? Why would your dad send Tyrell to a place with vortexes? They've never appeared inside this cave before, not in all these years. You can bet we'd known about this. I would have never let my son come here. Alright, quickly. We must go in armed with knowledge. Vortexes are pure anti-synergy, created exceptionally dense concentrations of synergy. That must be related to all the Synergy Stones that have gone missing in this mine. Another theory is that the vortexes which appear in many places merely foreshadow something worse. And that's the coming of the morning moon, a single vortex of immense magnitude. Either way, the elemental lighthouses that triggered the golden sun are at the heart of the problem. Alright, these are there are 4 of these towers sent their beams of elemental energy over to Mount Alph and caused the golden sun event. This released the force of alchemy, which had been sealed away in the by the ancients back into the world of Wayard. So our friend Creighton believes he's a scholar of the ancient alchemy. His theory is probably right. Creighton. This old scholar is one of Wayard's foremost authorities on alchemy, synergy, and ancient cultures. He's traveled with the Warriors of Vale, and now he conducts his research with 2 young apprentices. Okay, consider us armed with information. Now let's get in there and help Tyrell. Of course, Karis. All of this theory isn't helping the matters. Let's get in there and save him. One of those corrupted plants from the Tanglewood is growing next to the vortex. It's awfully close to Tyrell. Hurry in there and save him with your synergy. Remember, Matthew, if you need to throw a fireball, keep one of margins set, not on standby. Now let's go. I forgot. I forgot they made you do this. Oh, for the love. All right. Let's see what happens if we get you. Well, you get Bolt, and Cure, and Growth. Okay, that's fine. I need someone with Cure. All right. We'll put Fireball there. All right. We need to use Growth. Get that. That way we have our way to climb down. You do need to be careful, because this is about to be quite the fight. Once we hit this, it's not going to be pretty. We made the plant mad. And this is a boss fight. The Tingle Bloom. Alright. This I'm actually going to use the Jin on to show them off. Alright. We'll do that. We'll use Ground as well. Ground is going to stun him for a move. Shine. Does a ton of damage and wraps him in Delusion. Alright, Corona's gonna raise our defense. And then we're going to use Torch. No, I'm gonna summon Meteor. You hush. We're gonna do Granite. Here's Torch. Dealing some decent damage there. Okay. You can do Meteor. We'll have you do Sable. We'll be fine. They did change quite a bit on how this summon happens, so. Boom. Yeah, this isn't much of a boss. Especially with that. Going into the future, our boss fights are not going to be nearly as easy. Alright. We also got a Psy Crystal out of that. As you can tell, the vortex somewhat shrunk there after we defeated the plant. Tyrell, wake up! Please, Tyrell. Tyrell has been drained of his synergy. Adepts needs help recovering from such trauma. Oh, and I was having such a nice dream. What, you oaf? Is this the thanks we get? We were worried about you. Worried? Oh yeah, now I remember. I crashed the Soar Wing. The wing broke. Only the wing? It's utterly destroyed. We were sick with worry, Tyrell. Yeah, let's be a little bit mad. Hey, I didn't mean to worry you. We're all glad to see you safe, Tyrell. We should be thankful you made it through all this without serious injury. Or would it have delayed the start of your trip? My trip? What trip? We have to get the Sorrowing in working order as soon as possible. You're going to help us fix it. As much as I'd like to shelter you, Tyrell, you've just gone too far this time. My father put some very rare resources into building that Soar Wing for Isaac and Garrett. We can make most of the repairs ourselves, but we lack the major materials to fix it fully. The rare materials come from the feather of a very unusual bird. We need a feather from the mountain rock on a mammoth bird that roosts far across the continent. Yeah. The gigantic birds are rarely seen, that they're beyond legendary. A single feather can provide enough material to help craft a soar wing. Way off to the far side of the country of Morgul, in fact. Morgul. This country occupies the northeastern part of Angara, with the capital city of Belinsk at its center. Morgul is home to many wonders, from the tree village of Colima? I'm not sure how that's pronounced. To the ancient dock facilities of Porto Rego. The trip will be difficult, but first we need to get you rested up at the cabin, right? Well, that is true. But also, if you hear the little thing that was happening while walking around, that was the Jin going back to their set status rather than just being on the sleep status. All right. Okay, secure the soar wing. Then let's get back to the cabin. Tyrell's just like chilling. What? You're sending Matthew and Tyrell off on their own? I'm shocked, Karis. It's not like you to get so riled up. Look, I want to see my father's soar wing fixed just as much as you do. But you'll need a mountain rock feather for that, and I've heard you say how hard it was getting the last one. True enough, we had to travel through the swollen realm of Bilbin, through Border Town, then to the Morgul, and then to Morgul beyond. Bilibin, a once small town, has grown since the time of the Golden Sun. Since the time of Golden Sun, to the point that it's now a country. While supposedly governed by the McCoy men, it is rumored that the wife is actually ruling the land. A border town. This town is the major crossing point between Morgul and Bilbin. It was no walk in the park. Getting a rock feather is never easy. But since we need that soar wing fixed, since Garrett and I have to stay here to monitor Mount Alf, that leaves only the boys to fetch the feather for us. You know how hard we're working with your father to study the after effects of the Golden Sun. How could I not? But we have the busiest parents in Angara. Then you also know how vital the soar wing is to our efforts. Without it, we can't get near Mount Elf. I can't believe that my own son would risk the soar wing, but it's about time he got straightened out. And a tough quest for the feather is just the thing to do it. But Tyrell can't do it alone, so I'm sending Matthew with him. They're practically brothers. Sorry you got dragged in all of this. Matthew, are you looking forward to setting off with Tyrell?
Yeah.
You'll never forget your first quest, but don't forget to keep an eye on Tyrell, okay? Garrett, we shouldn't delay them any further. The boys need to leave immediately.
What? Like that? So soon?
Our first quest began just as suddenly, Karis. 30 years ago, we were catapulted into action when we met Creighton. The study for alchemy changed our lives. Good old Creighton. Hey, didn't our friend the alchemist say he would pay us a visit soon? So he did. Isaac? Oh boy, I know that look. They're hatching a plan. Now that we're on the subject of Creighton... Out with it, Isaac. He's got that far-off look in his face. That means he's having a good idea. Usually, anyway. Creighton might be willing to help the boys out with this. Yeah, I think the boys would benefit from Creighton's help. Tell me who Creighton is again. I sort of remember this ancient, crusty guy visiting the cabin once. Sure, he's past... Sure, he's old as the hills, but have some respect for Creighton. He was that old scholar who helped our dads all those years ago. Yes, Creighton helped us when we were young warriors, so I bet he'd even enjoy helping out our children. Are you sure he's up to the task? Why wouldn't he be? I mean, Creighton's getting in there in his years. I mean, it's been 3 decades since he helped us. Sure, it's been 30 years since that quest ended, but we've hardly aged. Creighton's the same. It's the same with my father. He looks a smidge older than back then, but not much. Ivan believes those of us directly exposed to the power of the Golden Sun have aged very little. It's weird to know that I'll grow older while you adults stay the same. It's like getting left behind. You know what? I want to go on this quest. I'm going with Matthew and Tyrell. Don't be ridiculous, Karis. You don't know the first thing about adventuring. Garrett, stop. She's a wind adept and her powers will help. It's settled. The 3 of you will leave immediately. Fess up, Isaac. You had this planned all along, didn't you? We mustn't waste another minute. I'll contact Creighton while you kids pack. Seriously? We're gonna leave that soon? Yep. Talking about pushing us out of the nest. But we know nothing about going so far away. Where did you say that the feather was? Somewhere in Morgul? This isn't a holiday. It's a quest to the unknown. The sooner you begin, the sooner you'll find your way. What? You mean you're sending us off to meet your friend Creighton and giving us no more details? Creighton's a genius when it comes to charting a course to the unknown. You'll be in excellent hands. I think I should arrange to have you all meet at Carver's Camp. It's not far away. This is a lumberjack camp that stands at one end of the valley that leads through the Goma Mountains to Bilbin and the rest of the continent beyond. I'll send a carrier pigeon that arrived earlier to inform him. Why not just wait for him here? Didn't that carrier pigeon bring word he was coming this way? You can't just send us on our way like that? I mean, it's getting dark outside. He made up his mind, and it's time for you to grow into warriors. He needs your help. Besides, Isaac is concerned about what's going on out there. We need that soar wing fixed. If you ask me, it sounds like Isaac needs to fly that soar wing to Soul Sanctum in the Mount Alps. The mountain's been erupting for a long time, so there's only one way there, by air. Oh, if he could only do that, Tyrell. He can't get to the Soul Sanctum until the soar wing is fixed. I think he needs to return. further quest began. Oh my goodness, Tyrell. The very absent one. It must be serious. That's not the kind of place you can just go to for old time's sake. Well, I guess we won't be seeing this place for a while. This will be our first step away from here. Take a long look. You'll never know when you'll be back home. When I left Vale, I was just 17. My life was never the same. You think you're ready for this? Oh yeah. I'm with Matthew. We're completely ready for this. Well, I know I'm ready to start this quest too. So how about we get going? Yep. Right. Let's get that mountain rock feather. It's like we're fated to go on this quest, so I think we'll be off soon, Garrett. It's good to start a journey. It's good to start a journey. Looking forward to the adventure ahead. Now, go get ready. All right. Okay, Dad, we're leaving. All right, Tyrell. Isaac didn't show up to see us off. We're starting our first adventure. This shouldn't be a time for sadness. I know, but still. Anyway, he's not here and it doesn't look like he's coming, so let's just drop it. Alright. Okay. Now head for Carver's camp. Remember, you'll be meeting at the bridge there. Say hello to Creighton for me. And don't do anything reckless out there. You're in charge, Matthew. That means you have to take care of these two. Sure. That's what I like to see. Calm and in charge. We'll be back with the mountain rock feather before you know it. Dad, Hey, come on now, little man. Stop. Don't be blubbery. Oh, second thought, no. Off you go, son. We'll be all grown up when you come back. I bet we won't even recognize you. Now head to Patcher's Place and dig up more information about your journey. This is the emporium that serves just about everything. Just about everything refugees from Vale might need to survive. A small settlement is huddled around the store. They'll be good to you. Just keep Tyrell out of Patcher's sight. Guys got it in for you, son. This Vale refugee has built a large emporium and inn for fellow survivors. Though not exactly mayor, Patcher's the closest thing to a leader this outpost has. All right, and off we go. All right, carry this letter to Creighton, little friend. Good luck to you. All right. Since we're doing the longer episodes, since I am only able to do one video a week at this point, so I don't know if they'll be as long as this. Sorry for the very long episode, but pretty much my idea for going forward is to have lengths around an hour to an hour and 15. That's going to be the norm. It was a little bit longer today just because of everything that was being introduced, and guess what? They decided to throw every tutorial possible. So that will be it for this episode, the pilot of this insane adventure that we're about to go on. And if you thought, hey, we're just going to get the Rock's Feathering comeback, you are sorely mistaken. So, I don't know why that was... I guess it was updated. The feather of a mountain rock is what gives this invention its gliding power if trained. It can be used with high precision. Alright, well. Then there's the whirlwind synergy. Got that. And we also have Tyrell. I don't know why it... Oh. He has lived up to his reputation for being a troublemaker by crashing the Sorrowing, the event which propelled the heroes into action. So, there you go. And they also have a guide to the Jin. Now, it says 11 of 83. We don't have any Jin with us. The Jin that they are referring to are the ones that they showed... Oh, no. Did it? Seriously? Oh. That scared me there for a second. Oh, jeez. I was about to have a conniption fit. I'm definitely saving it after this because I'm not having to redo all that again. Alright, so. As you can see, this kind of goes into the Zhen guide. It does design each one of the Jin in this game have different designs, which I actually do like, and it kind of gives a little description of them. But at any rate, it only actually shows the 11 that it's talking about are the ones from this little tidbit here that aren't going to be available to us anymore at this point because we don't have any Jin. Because we were just borrowing the ones we had. I'm not going to anything further, so I don't have the game crash on me. I never experienced that problem, so yay. Hopefully we don't have any more of those. So in the next one, we will actually begin our adventure. Going to Patcher's place. We'll just be heading south, and we'll take care of that in the next one. So, thank you all for joining me in this very long adventure. But we will do so much more. There's so much more to come. And we'll do that in the next one. Thank you all for watching. Later.